Have you ever felt someone smiling at you while secretly hoping you fail? Not openly, not loudly, just silently. A strange feeling, like something cold hiding behind warm words. Because jealousy rarely announces itself, it hides in compliments, it hides in silence, and sometimes it hides inside the people closest to us. There was a man named Ayan, quiet, hardworking, simple. He lived in a small neighborhood where everybody knew everybody. Every morning, he opened his tiny graphic design shop before sunrise. The streets were still empty when he arrived. He liked peace, he liked silence, and more than anything, he liked dreaming about a better future. For years, Ayan struggled. Some days he earned barely enough to eat. Other days he sat in his shop waiting for customers who never came. But even in difficult times, he never stopped smiling, never stopped helping others. If someone needed free design work, he helped. If someone needed advice, he stayed late to listen. People called him kind. But kindness has a strange effect on jealous hearts. At first, nobody noticed Ayan, but slowly things began changing. One video advertisement he designed became popular online, then another. Soon, local businesses started contacting him. His tiny shop became busy, customers waited outside. Finally, money started coming in. And that's when the silence around him changed. Not everyone celebrated his success, especially his childhood friend Samir. Samir had known Ayan since school days. They grew up together, ate together, dreamed together. When Ayan had nothing, Samir always sat beside him. But now, something invisible had entered his heart. Jealousy. The silent poison. At first, it was small. "Wow, business looks good these days," Samir would say with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. Ayan never noticed. One evening, Ayan excitedly showed him a new laptop he had bought after years of saving. Samir laughed softly. "Nice. You've changed a lot." The words sounded normal, but the tone felt heavy. Ayan smiled awkwardly. "What do you mean?" "Nothing," Samir replied quickly. "Just saying." That night, Ayan kept thinking about it. Why did happiness suddenly feel uncomfortable around certain people? Days passed. The more Ayan succeeded, the colder Samir became. He stopped calling first, stopped supporting him publicly, and whenever people praised Ayan, Samir became strangely quiet. One night, they sat together at a tea stall. Ayan noticed Samir scrolling through his phone silently. "What happened?" Ayan asked. Samir shrugged. "You're lucky, bro." Lucky. That word pierced deeper than an insult, because jealous people hate admitting your hard work. Calling you lucky protects their ego. Ayan smiled gently. "Luck didn't stay awake with me every night." Samir forced a laugh, but inside, the jealousy grew darker. Soon, strange things started happening. One client suddenly canceled a huge project. Another customer claimed someone told Ayan copied designs from the internet. Rumors, whispers, invisible attacks. Ayan couldn't understand who was spreading them. Until one afternoon, a local shop owner accidentally revealed something shocking. "Your friend Samir told me your work quality dropped lately. I was surprised because you seem talented." Ayan froze. The world around him suddenly felt distant. His own friend? The same person who smiled in front of him? That evening, rain poured heavily outside the shop as Ayan sat alone in darkness. And for the first time in his life, he understood something painful. Jealous people don't always hate strangers. Sometimes they hate the people they secretly compare themselves to every day, the people whose success reminds them of their own insecurities. Tears filled Ayan's eyes. not because of business, not because of rumors, but because betrayal from strangers hurts less than betrayal from someone you loved. Still, he said nothing, because silent people often suffer the deepest pain quietly. The next morning, Samir entered the shop smiling casually, but Ayan noticed something he had ignored for months: the fake warmth, the hidden bitterness, the uncomfortable eyes scanning every success around him. And suddenly, everything made sense. If this story touched your heart even a little bit, then don't leave silently, because somewhere, someone listening right now may also be surrounded by hidden jealousy without realizing it. Like this story, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more deep psychological stories that reveal the hidden truths people rarely talk about. Because sometimes the most dangerous enemies are the ones who clap you the softest. The rain outside continued through the night. Ayan barely slept. He kept replaying every conversation, every smile, every moment with Samir. Suddenly, memories that once felt warm now looked different. The jokes, the sarcasm, the strange silence whenever success entered the room. It was all there. He had simply ignored it because love makes people blind. The next few days became emotionally exhausting. Samir still visited the shop like nothing had happened. He still smiled, still joked, still acted like a brother. And that confused Ayan even more, because jealous people rarely attack directly. They attack emotionally, quietly, slowly, like termites inside wood. One afternoon, Ayan received a call from an important company in the city. They wanted a long-term contract for branding work. It was the biggest opportunity of his life. His hands shook with excitement. Without thinking, he called Samir first. "Bro, I got the contract." There was silence on the other end. Then Samir replied softly, "That's good." Just 2 words. No excitement, no happiness, no pride. Ayan felt his chest tighten. When someone truly loves you, your success becomes their happiness too. But jealous hearts struggle to celebrate what they secretly wished belonged to them. That evening, Samir came to meet him. They sat on the rooftop of Ayan's building while the city lights flickered below them. For a while, neither spoke. Then Samir suddenly asked, "Do you ever think you're becoming too successful too fast?" Ayan looked at him carefully. "What does that mean?" Samir laughed softly. "Nothing bad. I'm just saying, people change when money comes." Ayan stayed quiet. Deep down, he knew this conversation was not about money. It was about comparison. Jealous people constantly compare invisible scoreboards in their minds. Who earns more? Who gets attention? Who gets admired? Who moves ahead? And when someone close starts winning, jealousy quietly turns love into resentment. A cold wind passed between them. Then Samir spoke again. "You know what hurts the most?" Ayan frowned. "What?" "We started together, but somehow only you escaped this life." Those words finally revealed the truth. This was never about business. It was pain, broken pride, inner insecurity. Samir wasn't evil. He was emotionally drowning in comparison. Ayan looked at him carefully for the first time, not with anger, but sadness. Because jealousy destroys the jealous person first. It steals peace, sleep, gratitude, and slowly turns admiration into bitterness. "Samir," Ayan said quietly, I never wanted to compete with you. Samir looked away. But life competed for us, he whispered. Silence filled the rooftop again. And in that silence, Ayan realized something heartbreaking. Some people love you only as long as you stay on their level. The moment you grow, their hidden wounds begin speaking louder than their loyalty. That night, after Samir left, Ayan stood alone, staring at the dark sky. He thought success would bring happiness, but nobody tells you that success also reveals hidden faces. The people secretly praying for your failure, the people smiling through jealousy, the people clapping while their hearts burn quietly inside. And the scariest part? Most jealous people never admit their jealousy, because even they are ashamed of it. Days passed after that rooftop conversation, but nothing felt normal anymore. Ayan tried convincing himself that maybe he was overthinking everything. Maybe Samir was simply going through a difficult phase. Maybe success had accidentally created distance between them. But deep inside, his heart already knew the truth. Some wounds don't arrive suddenly. They reveal themselves slowly. The new company contract changed Ayan's life completely. His shop became crowded every day. Bigger clients started calling. He hired 2 employees for the first time, and people in the neighborhood began speaking about him with admiration. But strangely, the more successful he became, the lonelier he felt. Because jealousy creates invisible tension, and tension destroys peace before relationships officially break. One evening, Ayan entered a nearby cafe to meet a client. As he walked inside, he suddenly heard familiar voices from the corner table. Samir was sitting there with a group of old friends. Ayan stopped before they noticed him. Then he heard something that froze his entire body. Samir laughed and said, "People think Ayan became successful because he's talented. They don't know how fake social media really is." Everyone at the table laughed softly. Another friend asked, "Then why is his business growing so fast?" Samir smirked. "Luck, timing, and acting humble." Ayan felt his chest tighten painfully. Those words hit harder than open hatred, because nothing hurts more than discovering someone secretly destroying your image while pretending to support you publicly. He quietly turned around and walked out before anyone saw him. Outside, the streets felt colder than usual. Cars moved, people laughed, life continued normally. But inside Ayan, something broke forever. That night, he sat alone in his room staring at childhood photos of himself and Samir. School uniforms, birthday celebrations, dreams they once shared together. How does love turn into hidden hatred? The answer is painful. Unhealed insecurity. Psychology says jealous people often feel emotionally threatened by someone close to them succeeding. Instead of becoming inspired, they feel left behind. Every achievement becomes a reminder of their own fears, failures, and self-doubt. And if those emotions remain untreated, jealousy slowly transforms into silent revenge. Ayan remembered all the moments he supported Samir. When Samir lost his job, Ayan helped him financially. When Samir's father became sick, Ayan stayed at the hospital for nights. When Samir wanted to start a business, Ayan gave him clients without expecting anything back. Yet none of it mattered anymore, because jealousy has no memory. It forgets kindness the moment comparison enters the heart. The next morning, Samir arrived at the shop again, acting normal as always. But this time, Ayan looked at him differently. Not with anger, with disappointment. Samir smiled casually. "You look tired, bro." Ayan nodded quietly. Maybe I finally started seeing reality. For a second, Samir's smile faded. People become uncomfortable when the person they manipulated finally understands the truth. The shop remained silent. Then Ayan asked calmly, "Why do you talk negatively about me behind my back?" Samir's face changed instantly. "What are you talking about?" "I heard everything at the cafe." The air suddenly became heavy. Samir looked away, unable to maintain eye contact. And then something unexpected happened. Instead of apologizing, he became defensive. He snapped, "That's because you've changed. You think you're better than everyone now." Ayan stared at him in disbelief. This is another hidden psychology of jealous people. They often blame you for the pain created by their own insecurity. Samir stood up angrily. "You left everyone behind." Ayan finally spoke with tears in his eyes. "No, Samir, I just kept moving forward while you kept comparing." Silence. Painful silence. And in that moment, years of friendship collapsed between two hearts standing only a few feet apart. After that confrontation, Samir stopped coming to the shop. No messages, no calls, no explanations, just silence. But strangely, the silence no longer hurt Ayan the way it once did, because sometimes losing fake closeness is the beginning of real peace. For weeks, Ayan focused only on work. He buried himself in projects, meetings, and deadlines. The business continued growing, but emotionally, he still carried a heaviness inside him. Not because he missed the friendship, but because betrayal changes the way you trust people forever. One late evening, while closing the shop, Ayan noticed an old man sitting outside near the stairs. The man sold tea nearby and had watched the neighborhood for years. He smiled gently at Ayan. "You look successful," the old man said. Ayan forced a small smile. "People say that." The old man studied his face carefully. "But you don't look peaceful." Those words hit deeply. Ayan sat beside him quietly. For the first time in weeks, he opened his heart and spoke about everything. The jealousy, the rumors, the broken friendship, the emotional exhaustion. The old man listened silently. Then he said something Ayan would never forget. "Son, jealous people are unhappy people. Their war is not with you. Their war is with themselves." Ayan stayed quiet. The old man continued. "When people cannot accept their own life, they begin hating the progress of others. Your success became a mirror that showed your friend everything he feared about himself." A cold wind moved through the empty street. Then the old man smiled softly. "But never let jealousy turn your own heart bitter, too. Otherwise, pain wins twice." That sentence changed something inside Ayan, because until that moment, he had secretly carried anger. Now he finally understood. Jealousy is not confidence. It is hidden insecurity. It is the fear of being left behind, the fear of not being enough, the fear that someone else's light makes your own life feel darker. And the saddest part, many jealous people don't even realize they are destroying relationships while trying to protect their ego. Months later, Ayan's business became one of the most respected creative agencies in the city, but this time he moved differently, more quietly, more carefully. He stopped sharing every success publicly, stopped seeking validation, stopped expecting loyalty from everyone around him, and most importantly, He learned that genuine people celebrate your growth without feeling threatened by your own. One evening, Ayan accidentally saw Samir again across the street. For a moment, both looked at each other silently. Years of memories passed through their eyes. Samir looked older now, more tired, more empty. Ayan felt no hatred anymore, only sadness, because jealousy had not destroyed his success, it had destroyed Samir's peace. As Ayan walked away, he realized one final truth. Not everyone who claps for you is happy for you. Not everyone smiling beside you wants to see you rise. So protect your dreams quietly, protect your peace carefully, and never feel guilty for growing beyond people who secretly wanted you to stay small. Because real love inspires, real friendship supports, but jealousy silently hopes you fail while pretending to stand beside you.